This is the main attraction of the evening, a super bantamweight contest over 12 rounds, each of 3 minutes duration for the Super Bantamweight Championship of Europe. Your sponsors are Energizing, a Red Square, the refreshing drink, and the Daily Star. Your judges for the evening are Paul Thomas, John Boyle, and Terry O'Connor. Your European Championship supervisor is John Morris. Your British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge, Danny Clark. Your international referee for the contest is Larry O'Connell. The timekeeper, Michael McKenna. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing to you in the blue corner with the black and white shorts with 16 wins and 22 contests. From Glasgow, Scotland, the challenger, Docherty. And his opponent in the red corner with the red and white shorts with 24 wins and 24 contests, defending the title from Manchester, England, the Super Bantamweight Champion of Europe, Brodie. And the weigh-in through Docherty scale, 8 stone, 9 pounds and 12 ounces. Michael Brodie scale, 8 stone, 9 pounds and 14 ounces. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it!
A very big contingent have come to the Orcall and Bethnal Green from Manchester to support the man in, well, not just the lightest, but the longest pair of boxing trunks I've seen for quite some time. The reigning Super Bantamweight Champion of Europe, Michael Brodie, the 25-year-old from Manchester. And, well, a handful of dedicated followers have come down from Scotland for the man who'll be 34 in just a few weeks' time, Drew Docherty from Glasgow. The former Bantamweight Champion of Britain and the current Super Bantamweight Champion of Britain. And this really is a very, very good match. Brodie has started very briskly indeed, trying to use his experience in terms of great strength against the older man, Docherty, who's had, well, just 6 contests in the best part of 4 years. Brodie has been very busy and he's really come out with all guns blazing. This is Brodie's 3rd defence of the European title. He won in October of last year. And he's had a couple of tough defences so far. They had originally hoped that this match might have been put on in Glasgow, which would have drawn a very sizable home crowd, no doubt supporting Docherty. But Bethnal Green is one of those great little boxing arenas, and it's absolutely packed here tonight. Brodie, a very talented super bantamweight boxer, and is reckoned by his manager, Jack Trickett, to be worthy of a crack in the not-too-distant future at a world title. He's rated in the top 10 in the world in this very difficult division indeed. 3 very good Mexicans and an excellent South African boxer are ahead of him in the ratings. But it's been a very good, brisk start by Brodie. Docherty, with his face starting to redden a little bit underneath the left eye, is a seasoned professional. A wonderful amateur career with Scottish amateur titles at light flyweight and flyweight, and a couple of ABA finals when he lost out to the great John Lyon. And Docherty, as ever, just trying now to settle down to that rhythm of his. Pops the hands out. Good variation again from Brodie. He's using the left of the body quite a lot. And a very brisk round. This scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds, remember. Larry O'Connell, the man in the middle. Good right hand from Brodie. That's the best shot of the contest so far. And he's really taking this contest to the challenger. And Docherty will go back to the corner knowing that he is very much in a contest. What an opening first round. And all the pressure coming from Brodie. Keeping his hands up well against Docherty's longer reach. And this has been a very brisk opening 3 minutes. Good variation once again from Brodie. And very much the first round of the champion. What a start. Well, there he is, Michael Brodie, now 25 years old, 26 contests, 26 wins, 16 inside the distance. The former undefeated British and Commonwealth champion. And he's struggled once or twice in recent contests, but on this sort of form, well, he looks very promising indeed. And that was a very good opening round by the reigning European Super Bantamweight champion. 8 stone 10 the limit, and he came in at just 2 ounces underneath it, so great conditioning and great preparation. Equally so for Drew Docherty, now 33 years old. This is 23rd professional contest. He's lost 5 of them, but they've all been against quality opposition. So the first round very much to the champion, Mancunian Michael Brodie. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Flipped out the left, across came the right, and down goes Drew Docherty. He's only been stopped twice as a professional, but there's a lot of swelling underneath that right eye of his, and Brodie's really up for this tonight. Well, this is a very different Michael Brodie than the one who struggled against Simone Ramoni of South Africa in May of last year for the Commonwealth title. Blood coming now from the nose of the Scot, and that was a cracking right hand from Brodie, and he's really piling this on. And what a test of Docherty's resilience this is going to be. He's got to keep those hands up, and Brodie is bouncing. Cries of ringside, come on the wee man, with very distinct Scottish accents. And the Scots contingent were well and truly silenced when Docherty hit the canvas. Now, Brodie knows he can land with the shot and knows he can hurt Docherty. So far, it's been a quality performance from a quality boxer. Brodie hoping to complete a Docherty double. He defeated the younger brother of Drew Docherty, Wilson Docherty, 2 years ago in Glasgow for the British title and the Commonwealth title. The right hand gone through again, not with the same force. But Brodie is really swarming over the Scots challenger. End of a low blow with the right from Brodie, but Docherty ignored it, as did referee Larry O'Connell. There's that right hand again, and Docherty must be careful about dropping that left away. Brodie boxing from behind a very tight-looking defence, and that stabbing left of Docherty is not getting through it. In and out quickly, Docherty. Hasn't got a terribly hard punch himself, has won just 5 contests inside the distance, but his jab is very good, and he'll keep at it all the way through if he possibly can. Just a few seconds to go, Docherty under pressure again. Docherty has to cover up. Great finish. A baleful glance from Brodie to the Scots challenger, as if to say, I've got the measure of you. And well, if we have a look at that second round again, or incidents from it, I don't think too many people would disagree with Michael Brodie's assessment of his own performance in the second 3 minutes. What a cracking shot that was. Docherty had the hands up fairly well. There's a little feint there with the left, and the right came over. The timing was absolutely perfect, and down went Docherty. What a absolutely cracking right hand that was. Well, they'll be well pleased in the corner. Steve Foster and Ray Farrell breathing fairly heavily. It's been a very brisk opening 6 minutes, and everything so far has come from Brodie. Took the odd little snappy left hand from Drew Docherty. But what a sensational second round that was. And Docherty's got to pull himself together. And knowing Drew Docherty, I'm sure he will. Brodie comes straight back into the attack again here in the York Hall in Bethnal Green. He's dominated the opening 2 rounds. And he hasn't allowed Docherty to get into that rhythm where he just snaps out the left hand. This is Brodie's 3rd defence of the title he won in October a year ago, when he had a 12-round points win over Sergei Devikov, the man who beat Spencer Oliver, and alas ended Spencer Oliver's very promising career. And how mouth-watering the prospect of Spencer Oliver against Michael Brodie might well have been. Spencer, I'm glad to say, is fine again. Brodie lands with the left hand, the first time he's got through with that particular shot, and Docherty in a bit of bother in the ropes. Little short right came over, Docherty's in trouble. Larry O'Connell's having a good look. Docherty in all sorts of bother now, and Brodie really piling it on. This is Brodie at his ebullient best. Well, brave Docherty comes back, but the sheer strength of the younger man, and he's 8.5 years younger, is starting to tell. Docherty's wobbling. Time is not on his side. Larry O'Connell may well be. The A-star referee has a good look. Docherty is offering nothing except resilience, defence and heart. You do get the feeling that one more good shot will do it. Docherty's face is badly bruised. There's blood coming from his nose. Well, full marks to Brodie. He's really put on a great display, and equally so to Docherty. Brodie may well have let his man off the hook ever so slightly, and back comes Docherty. I don't think Docherty's got the punch to wear Brodie down. He certainly halt him. The Scot in his own corner, beleaguered once again. Good solid defence from Docherty. He's got to keep those hands up and the elbows well tucked in. Well, that's more like the old Docherty. Got in very quickly with that left hand and got out of trouble again. Don't hold from Larry O'Connell to the defending European Super Bantamweight champion Michael Brodie. Just seconds away from the bell. Docherty will be glad to hear it. Good solid left and then right from Brodie. And Docherty, the very short walk to his corner, and it has been another difficult round for him. Didn't go down the way he did in the second, but took several very hard shots and did wonderfully well to soak up all that pressure and still be there. Benny King in Docherty's corner looks anxious. They look relaxed and composed, as they might well be in the Brodie corner. Terrific pressure coming on from the Mancunian, getting in with some excellent body shots, and Docherty did supremely well to hang on there. Just couldn't quite find the way through, but all the pressure and all the shots coming through from Brodie, and it says a lot about Docherty's courage that he came back from that. Many another boxer would have folded. Pressure relentless and remorseless. Well, this is scheduled for 12 rounds. Michael Brodie has posted his intention that he doesn't want to hear the final bell go. He doesn't want to wait the full 12 rounds. The left-hand side of the face of the Scots challenger, and the reigning British Super Bantamweight champion Drew Docherty, bears testimony to the hard right-hand punching of the champion Michael Brodie. Docherty seems to have regained his composure and put in a nice little left hand. But it's been stated before that Docherty really doesn't have the firepower to worry Brodie too much. And he's going to try to stay in there as long as he can. The corner saying to move and get out of the way, and that's pretty good advice. Once again, that Brodie right coming across. And then the variation, just feinting with the left of the head and going for the body. Docherty moving much better. Got himself caught again. More blood coming from the nose of Drew Docherty from Scotland. Been a professional for 10 years. Won his first Scottish amateur title as a light flyweight way back in 1984, with just 18 years old. Brodie at this weight is so strong. Well, that's better from Docherty. He's keeping his man in the middle of the ring, and he's popping out the left and trying to move away from him, and he certainly doesn't want to be in his opponent's corner. Brodie trying to tee him up. Docherty breathing very heavily. Good footwork by the Scot, and a nice crisp left. This is certainly Docherty's best round so far. I don't think he's winning it, but he hasn't been under the real pressure that he was in 2 and 3. Good round for the Scot. Well, a better run for the Scot. Well, there's Drew Docherty, a double British champion at bantamweight, a title he won in June of 1992 in just his 9th contest against fellow Scot Joe Kelly. Lost for the first time in a very good career against Vincenzo Belcastro for the European title. And this was a decent bit of work by Docherty to get himself out of his opponent's corner. And Brodie for the first time turned, but all the pressure and all the scoring work still coming from the champion, despite the efforts of Docherty, who seems to have regained his composure after a torrid couple of rounds in 2 and 3.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Michael Brodie raises his hands to the Manchester contingent, as if to say, I've got this well in control, and that would seem to be the case. There's not a single hint of a mark on that face of his, whereas Drew Docherty's left cheek is very badly swollen. Brodie with the right hand coming across again. And that really is a good punch, and that's the one that caught Docherty in the second round. Never won an ABA title as an amateur, Brodie. Was a junior ABA champion way back in 1990. But as a professional, well, his career is really first class. 26 contests, 26 wins, 16 by way of stoppage. Docherty, remember, has been in for 2 world title challenges. Lost them both to Alfred Cote of Ghana in February of 95 and to Daniel Jimenez of Puerto Rico in January 96. Both for the WBO title. And he's in against a young man that a lot of people feel is good enough to go all the way at super bantamweight, Michael Brodie. Again, Docherty getting through with a couple of shots, but they're not having much effect on Michael Brodie, who's now turning it on again. Larry O'Connell's having a real good look. And once again, Docherty digs in. Brodie trying to keep him pinned in the Scotsman's corner. Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrero, Nestor Garcia, WBC, WBO and WBA champions respectively, all tough Mexicans. May lie ahead for Michael Brodie, but he's got to dispose of Drew Docherty first, and he's going about that in fairly impressive fashion. Again, Docherty goes through a difficult phase and comes out of it. Brodie confident now, just pushing his man off. Another good round for Brodie. And Docherty is wobbling, and a sense of direction seems to have gone, and I'm not altogether sure this contest will go much longer. That was another very difficult round from Docherty. Didn't seem just as under the constant pressure as he was in previous rounds, but he's gradually been worn down, and disturbing signs that Docherty is starting to feel this more than perhaps he should be allowed to. Right at the end, look at Brodie piling it on all the time. There was that left hand got through, and Docherty did very well in the left into the ribs again. And this is pressure boxing of the highest quality from Michael Brodie. And Drew Docherty, I think if he gets himself into trouble like that, I think the wise old Larry O'Connell will say, "You've had enough, my son." And you wouldn't blame him if that indeed was the decision. Another tough round for the Scot, and a very impressive round by the Mancunian.
Round 6.
This to take us up to the halfway point in a scheduled 12-rounder for the Super Bantamweight Championship of Europe. And the man in red, white and blue, Michael Brodie, has been on top right from the word go. The right hand went in, and once again the referee's right on the spot. 3 A-star judges, John Coyle, Paul Thomas, Terry O'Connor, all from the Midlands, for this all-British European title contest. Docherty now boxing very much on remote control. His feet are flat on the canvas, and the man opposite him is bouncing up and down. Docherty has taken an awful thumping. Close to his 34th birthday. This just his 7th contest in 4 years. Oh, brave stuff by Docherty, trying to poke out the hands. And Brodie is relentless and is right in front of him all the time. Blood on the face of Brodie, but it's come from his opponent as the heads rub together. Docherty still trying to remember all the things he learned as a top-class amateur, and indeed a top-class professional, and keeping the left hand coming snaking out. But one good shot, I have a feeling, will end this contest. Crisp left. Docherty now under pressure. Surely he can't take much more. The right went in. Well, Larry O'Connell's having a really good look. Docherty tried to give the air of a little bit of confidence, and well done to him. There's those textbook left hands coming out again. Slight low blow from Brodie, accidental, I'm sure. Solid left, strength-sapping shot to the stomach and lower rib. got left again on the right. That's it. That's it. Must be all over. Yeah, Benny King has come in with a towel, and he's picked up his battered countryman. Drew Docherty put up a very, very brave show, but from the outset, you've got to say there was only ever going to be one winner, and Michael Brodie has made a very emphatic third defence of his European title, and perhaps we've seen Michael Brodie at his very best tonight, and he will have posted notice to 3 very good Mexicans and a very good South African that he may well not be too far away from challenging them for whichever version of the world title they happen to hold. It was Brodie really at his exuberant best. Pressure all the way through. Drew Docherty at the end of the 5th round looked as if he was ready to go. And right towards the end of round 6, that indeed was the case. That right hand, the one that put Docherty on the canvas in round 2, was shown again to great effect in round 6. And really the count was not necessary. Larry O'Connell began the count, but Benny King in the Docherty corner said, I'm not going to let him take any more of that. And he came straight in. That was it. Well, this young man has justified all the hype that's been said about him, especially by his manager, Jack Trickett, and I don't think it'll be too far from Michael Brodie's thoughts that a World Championship crack is not too far around the very next corner. A nice gesture going over to see a very gallant challenger, Drew Docherty. Confirmation as if it was needed. Larry O'Connell holds aloft the hand of Michael Brodie, who's retained his European Super Bantamweight title in very, very impressive fashion.
Presenting the belt.
And the belt that he brought to the ring will leave with him, courtesy of the Secretary of the Boxing Board of Control, John Morris.